Day 4, woke up to a chilly 38 degrees. Everyone had a really great breakfast, blueberry muffins and some of that 7-grain cereal. Very cool out, but once that sun pops out over the hill here, it's going to warm up pretty quick. But off and running today. Hopefully the wind doesn't affect us too much like it did yesterday, but looks like everyone's raring to go, which is a good thing. There's Lani up there. Alright, off and running. And we are rolling. Morning, Chip.
Morning.
That's the man right there. We do have a moose up ahead. This is the second moose we've seen on this trip. You can see it's kind of up there a little ways. But looks like it's just a calf. It's very cool. The first one we saw was way out there, but that's just a little guy. There goes Mama now. Mama's going to cross and go after her calf. There's no way she's going to let us get in between her and its baby. So
she doesn't have to worry about me.
But very cool. Moose are actually very powerful swimmers. They can cover water really well, and as far as cold water goes, doesn't affect them. Their hides are pretty thick. But well, we just made it through most of Long Lake. Windy again today, so we were fighting a pretty good headwind. Stopped at a little sandbar, get a little snack, trail mix, some leftover chocolate cake. But today should be a fairly short day. I think it's gonna be pretty easy going from here on out as far as distance goes. But everyone's is a trooper. The wind starts blowing like crazy, and people just they bear down and they just keep pushing. Which is a testament to their will and things like that. So. But yeah, I got down to 38 last night where I was up on the bluff, but it was colder down below in the valley by the river. It was probably 32, I would think, because there was frost on the boats. But onward. Here's our third moose sighting. This one is a big old cow. Just out here wading in the water, eating the grass and whatnot. Very cool though. Look at that. Moose all the way. She's not bothered at all. Cool. So we just made it to Long Lake Dam. It's an old dam that got washed out in the 60s, and now it's kind of got a small falls and some rapids, things like that. You have to carry your canoe through, or line it through, I should say.
Look how close they are able to get back there.
And that moose is still right back there, and they're awfully close. But hey. Moose in the house. There you go, just lining them up, and then just basically following the canoe down and attach the rope. Now, what I don't know, I think we're just going to hop in the canoes and paddle them over, to this side next to camp. But the dam here is pretty cool. Here's all the old remnants of it. Washed away a long time ago, as you can see. But they don't want you going over those little falls in a canoe. Most people cannot handle that. Especially this, a lot of man-made structure, steel down there, a lot of stuff that could really do a number on your canoe. So safe to line it down, paddle it back across. All right, camp on day 4. We're just near that Long Lake Dam, but here's the REI hammock. I am rocking the underquilt tonight. It's supposed to get down to your low to mid 30s again. Makeshift clothesline just to finish drying the stuff that I had out yesterday. But last night it was cold, but I stayed pretty warm in this thing. The rainfly, I will say on colder nights, it would be nice if it was bigger so you can close it up a little bit just to help retain a little bit of heat. But I mean, it wasn't unbearable, but I don't know if I could go too much further below 30 or so. But we're back here in the woods where it's protected a little bit. There is a little bit of a breeze coming through. You get camp just up there, and then just beyond them is the river. And here's everyone else getting their tents set up, getting their tarps or their plastic aired out a little bit. But yeah, cool little spot. And now it's time to just relax and just do whatever the hell we want until dinner. Well, they're just cooking up dinner. Just got a current weather report that we're expecting a low of 26 tonight. That's a little cause of concern because my setup is good to about 32, maybe 30. So I decided to put the Winganeer tarp up and fold in the doors. Now, seeing this, and the idea is good. It'll help shield a little bit, but a 12 by 12, something a little bit bigger to make bigger doors for a bridge hammock would be a lot more ideal. But we're going to give this a run tonight and see how it holds up, and see how warm I stay. I just don't want to be shivering all night. I don't think I will be because I'm a pretty hot sleeper, but we'll see how this thing goes. I mean, as of right now, it's 49 degrees and it's 4:45, and it got up to 54 degrees today. So there she blows. I hope that doesn't act like a wind tunnel for sub-freezing temperatures. And you know what? Just because I have it along, I think I'm going to go ahead and take this escape bivvy out and maybe put it over top of me just to see if it helps reflect any heat back to me. I don't know, throw it on tonight. Worst case scenario, I can just toss it out of my tent or something. But I have it along. May as well give it a roll. See what happens. 37 degrees. It's about 8:30, and I am all bundled up with a bunch of different layers. And the underquilt and the pad and the different tarp. So we're going to see how well all this keeps me warm tonight. A lot lower than I thought it was going to be, but let's get in, get comfy. We'll see you guys in the morning. Day 5. Woke up to the river being much warmer than the air. Got down to 29 degrees last night. And that was the absolute minimum my hammock setup and insulation setup would take, because I was just comfortable enough. Any colder than that, I would have been cold. But slept really, really well. All right, last minute preparations before we push off. The nice part about today is not a 10 to 20 mile an hour north wind blowing anymore, so it won't be fighting us the whole damn way. But we're headed up that way for a little while. It's gonna be a great day. Brian over there is looking good, feeling good. And I'll say it again, it's a pleasure to be out here. Great morning paddling through this thoroughfare. We're headed to Round Pond. There's virtually no wind, which is a blessing. It's quiet, it's calm, very lazy, meandering path through the water here. No forcing anything, enjoying the surroundings. This is what you think of, at least what I think of when I hear of a canoe trip in Maine. The trees, the water, the serenity, the occasional moose, eagle. So it appears this is our 4th moose encounter. It's probably a bull moose out here, just around this bend. I don't know how far it is. Where is he at? It's got to be right in here. Yeah, no, another cow and a calf. Way back there, trotting away. You can just see them. Yeah, right there. Pretty cool. So just a quick aside, if those of you think about coming, to the Allagash, and you wonder what the restroom situation is like, there's some modern conveniences. All the designated campsites have, a pretty decent outhouse. I mean, nothing fancy, but better than just a hole in the ground and being outside. But you get your pedestal there. It's usually ventilated. Pretty simple. But word to the wise, bring your own toilet paper, just in case. So the basic campsites here, you usually roll right up. Sometimes they have a nice beach, sometimes not so much. But when you get into the main camp itself, they have this lodge pole designed, picnic table. That pole goes through the picnic table. That one up there does as well. So that allows you to hang a lot of gear, as you can see in the background, to dry out. And they hang tarps if it rains like it did the other day, and it worked out really, really well. But all the fireplaces, just stacked rocks. Some of them are stacked even higher than this. Then you have the heavy-duty grates, that swing down like that to give you a level surface. But they work real well, and what's nice about these big rock, backgrounds. They absorb a lot of heat and they radiate a lot of heat too. So on a cold night like it was last night, a lot of us huddled up around it and kept warm until we had to go, to our tents and hammocks and things. But this is pretty typical, for the campsites around here. This particular one is a little bit bigger, a lot of open space. A lot of us are back up in the woods and got some guys sunning because it's kind of nice out. But this is basically how it is, and today is a bluebird, severe, clear day, which is what we desperately needed. But that's what you can expect. A little cold, a little rain, a little warmth, a little sunshine, a little clouds, pretty much everything. So for tonight, in pure Allagash Canoe Trips fashion, we got sweet potatoes or yams, cream corn, ham steak, of course garnished with pineapple. And that's how it is. That's how we eat out here. And I'm sure there's a fantastic dessert baked. And they bake fresh desserts every night. Almost every night. Good morning. It is day 6. Had a great night's sleep. Stayed toasty warm. But it did get down to, what's that say? 31 degrees, so I'm sure it's very frosty out there. It looks very foggy. But I think today's going to be another leisurely day, not a very long paddle. People are up and around and get their coffee and hot chocolate, so I think I'm going to join them and then rip down camp. Very foggy down at the lake this morning. So foggy even the geese are flying really low just off the water. Well, it's about 12:20 on day 6. It's been a great morning of paddling, kind of just a class 1, all the way down, slow and meandering, get to navigate a few boulders here and there. Very peaceful, very relaxing morning. The sun finally burned its way through, and it's been a really good warm afternoon. I think we have another day of early in camp and just relaxing and enjoying some of the sun, because tomorrow is the last day and tonight is the last night. So we're just going to enjoy this time on the water, take in all the scenery. Looks like the fall colors have dissipated a little bit, this far north. But we've seen 8 moose so far, which is, I guess, a trip record. They've just been all over. No full moose yet. They've been all cows or cows with calves. But it's been very eventful thus far. We're going to make the most of it for the next day. And here we come to the conclusion of day 6. Nice little mixed pine area, really soft pine needle beds. River is just behind me. But here's the setup for tonight. And if those of you are wondering if I'm a big fan of this hammock setup. The answer is yes. I did find the adjustable straps to be kind of finicky, the ones that come with it, so I'm just using these Ralt straps, kind of like the daisy chain style straps, and those seem to work better in my opinion, and there's less stretch. So I think I may just pack those from here on out, but just airing out some gear. We're just kind of winding down. Yeah, you can see it's just picture perfect. Well, here we are. We're at the very end of day 6, going into night 6. Another fantastic camp meal, which is going to be our final dinner for the trip, in chili, mac and cheese, cornbread. Just a stellar menu on the whole trip. All made from scratch, all top notch. You'll never go hungry, and you're never left wanting for much. But as we wind down this whole week, you know, I find myself being very appreciative of what I have and who I know, and the fact that I get opportunities to do stuff like this with fantastic people. It almost makes me feel sad for people who don't take the time to find the quiet. And if you can't find it here, then I really feel sorry for you. But you have to get out somewhere. Find that quiet every once in a while. And for me, this will do. This is Chip and Lani, owner-operators of Allagash Canoe Trips. It was founded in 1953 by
my grandfather,
and he's been doing it ever since. But they run a top-notch organization. Any words you want to say about the trip in general?
No, it was really, for us, it's kind of cool because it's the first time we really done a full Allagash trip in October, and it was, you know, yeah, it started losing a little daylight, but beautiful weather, a little mix of everything. It was great. We enjoyed it a lot. Great crew of folks.
Crew.
Yeah, you guys are a hardy bunch, you know, seasoned from up in the central, what do you call it, central northern states of Minnesota, yeah. Yeah, so anyway, you know, we really enjoyed the trip all around. It was,
And we saw 8 moose,
yeah,
which is a record.
And we went 83 miles.
Yep,
Oh, wow.
yep.
Yep, on down the river. So
some of it in headwinds.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. It was a great time.
We had a great time as well.